Claire, I saw on Instagram these miniature bunnies. They never get like any bigger than this. Like, how cute would that be? Wouldn't that be amazing? Hi, Yasmin. There you go. All right. So you guys, I might have to pop up for two people today, but that's okay because today's class is about mobility. So we're not going to be stuck in any one position. And this is Yasmin's and I's little like, we're sick of yoga. We're sick of yoga. We're sick of yoga. So we have to do some other things to keep ourselves a little bit more interested and engaged. So a couple like, let's call it like administrative things, right? This is a mobility class. So there won't be a long hold. There's going to be a lot of kind of like in and out. And remember kind of during that like in and out process that like the first few times you do it, you may not feel super comfortable with it, but the longer we stick with it, the more reps that we do, you're going to be able to refine it and hopefully go deeper and deeper, right? That's kind of like the concept behind like drills. So yoga conditioning, we're going to be doing drills. Yasmin gave the name, she gave the theme of this class. It's called Hips Don't Lie. Okay, so we are going to get into the hips and it's going to be a 360-degree kind of movement around the entire pelvic joint. And what I like about that is one of the movements will bring up something for everyone. Like maybe you have open hamstrings and we do the hamstring work, you're gonna be like, I'm fine. But then when we get into the inner thigh or into the hip, like outer hip work. So my goal is that this makes everybody in some form or fashion a little bit uncomfortable. Okay, and I think we'll have a pretty good class here. So last thing I think of, and I'll add into it as we move, your hips are your second chakra, right? And the second chakra is related to water. So when I first start out here, I think of my hips as kind of like a block of ice. And we need to bring some heat, right? In order to kind of melt that ice, get it flowing, and then we'll be able to go in deeper. So little bit different start to class today. Okay, I want you actually to come into a modified Baddha Konasana, like a butterfly pose. So that means that the feet are slightly in front of you. Don't worry about pulling them in tight. Have them pushed a little bit forward. And then sit tall, finding the tops of your sitting bones. Okay, so I'm actually holding on to the ankle joint, pulling onto the ankle joint to lift the chest. And close the eyes. Inhale. Exhale, so the second chakra, right? It is about your ability to be able to tap into what you need, what you want. And so if you have any intention for today's class, set it here. 3 breaths together. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, draw the belly button back in and up. 1, use dry breathing. Tight constriction at the back of your throat. Breathe in. Breathe out. The warmer we can get today, the more active we can be, the deeper your class is going to be able to flow. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. And an inhale, stretch your arms up, reach, lifting up through your core, stretch through side ribs, and then extend forward, right? That's not going to be your deepest stretch yet. I want you to kind of feel and observe any tightness across the back of the hips. Lift back up, inhale, stretch, left hand outside edge of right knee, right fingertips back behind you, rotate through the rib cage. Inhale, lift back up to center, maybe look up, stretch up, and then right hand outside edge of left knee, left fingertips back behind you, twist. Come through center, hands at your heart, shift the weight into your left shin bone, pivot, turn. There you go. So there's going to be a lot of stuff, no hands today, you guys, and then pulse deep into your right knee, starting to feel the pull, almost like rubber bands through the inner groin. Pull it back, inhale. And again, pulse through right knee, leaning in the direction of the right knee, pull the inner knees apart. One more time, inhale, so start to find flow, and exhale, pulse in. No hands, left foot turns in, come down to seated butterfly pose. Inhale, full stretch, arms up. Exhale, pulse that all the way forward, reach, maybe already a little bit deeper. Come back up through center, pressing your inner knees down, and left hand outside edge of right knee twist. Inhale through center, lengthen, and exhale, change sides. As you come back through center, no hands, shift the weight into your right shin bone, spin your right foot back, and then pulse deep into your left hip, going in the direction of your left knee. Pull it back to center, find your breath, inhale, stay cinched in through core, exhale, pulse and stretch for 2. One more, breathe in, and breathe out. Right foot turns in, no hands, control that movement, come to seated. Good. Knees come together, cross your ankles, and then you're gonna pivot, turn, top of your mat, downward facing dog. Okay. So every day, right? Every day, depending on what you've been doing. And that's what I love about you guys, right? Like all of you do like so many different like other activities, right? That this can be just a really nice class to kind of like balance out your movement diet. Inhale. Exhale, take your feet as wide as your mat. Walking your hands to the back of your mat, bend your knees, sit low, Malasana squat. Arms up, biceps alongside your ears, interlace your fingers, press your palms away. So we want the heels digging down, pull up through pelvic floor, right? So try not to just let your hips sink, dropping into the joints, press from the knees down into the feet, gazing forward at the top of your mat. 30 rounds, Kapalabhati breathing, short, sharp exhales. Inhale and begin. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Walk that forward. Downward facing dog. So you should already start to feel some heat building in the hips. Knees down to the mat, tabletop position. Drop down onto your right elbow, right forearm, grab left wrist. So for a little more stability. Send your left leg back. Roll the left hip open, turning your left toes to the left side of your sticky mat. Okay, so we're gonna start to find some hip mobility here. Swinging your left toes all the way forward. Can you reach them towards the front of your mat? Okay, so a lot of this, you guys, will also require core stability. Take that back, inhale. And exhale, pull the toes forward to the top of your mat. Can you actually look at your foot and keep your foot as high as your hips? Take it back, and you have 3 more. So swing from the hips, that ball and socket joint, squeeze at the top. Inhale back. Exhale, pulse it forward. Use your core, lift a little bit higher. Nice, you guys. 1 more. Inhale to open. And exhale, how far forward can you pull it? Test your range of motion. Now, lower the inner edge of your left foot down towards the sticky mat, and then squeeze it back up, firming into outer hips. Lower, inhale. Find your breath, find stability through the rest of the body as you lift, and tap touch for 2. Inhale, squeeze at the top. There should be a little burning in the outer hips. And last, 2, lift, maybe look at the foot, lift it a little higher, tap touch, and squeeze it all the way up at the top. Lower the inner edge of your left foot down, come up onto your hands like a tabletop, left leg is extended. Inhale, left arm up, turn your heart open towards your left foot as you twist. Exhale, thread left hand all the way behind your right wrist. Come to lower down onto your left ear and left shoulder. 1 breath there, push into your right hand. Find some thoracic mobility, so some mid-back mobility as you come back up to center. Plant the palm. Okay, last person is coming in. Plant the palm. And left leg, you guys, take it up and back. 3-legged down dog. Nice, you pet good from your 3-legged down dog. Hi, Allie, welcome. Step left foot forward, up in between your hands, lunge. Back knee down. Push from right toes, plunge forward and down into the hips. Inhale, open. Pull hips up and back. Exhale, fold. A little nerve flossing, right? Getting into the connective tissue. 2 more, deep breathing, inhale, right? So the first part, you're just kind of discovering what's going on in the hips today. Exhale, fold. 2, right? According to Yasmin, the hips don't lie. They'll tell you what's going on kind of emotionally, physically. Back knee down. Inhale, chest lifts, push from toes. Exhale, fold, in. Bend the knee, plant the palms, press back. Downward facing dog. Feet go as wide as your mat. Walk it back, bend your knees. Malasana squat. So I press my inner knees to my outer knees until your outer hips fire up. Interlace the fingers. Okay, so it's really easy to sink down in here. I'd actually like you to think you're pressing from your knees down into your feet, a little stronger for the legs, looking forward. Stay calm. Kapalabhati, breathing in and out through the nose. Short, sharp breaths. Inhale, begin. Eight, 9, 10. Release. So that fire, right? Kapalabhati breathing, breath of fire, starting to melt out some tension in the hips. Press it back. Downward facing dog. Inhale here, press. Exhale, knees to the mat, table, top. Left elbow down, drop onto your forearm, grab right wrist. And last part of our warm up, okay? So the right leg extends back. You guys, you can lift it as high as you want until you feel kind of the glutes and the hip firm, and then swing it forward. So a lot of times as I do this, I literally try to picture the bone, right? I try to picture the head of the femur bone, right? Moving in the acetabulum, the ball and socket joint. Take your time, inhale back. Exhale, pull the toes forward, squeeze. 1 more, inhale. Exhale, maybe you look at your toes, feel your obliques working. Tap down the inside edge of your right foot and squeeze it back up. 1, tap, inhale. Try to keep the rest of the body stable as you lift for 2 and drop. 3. So you kind of know you're doing it right. If there's a burn, try not to move away from the burn, instead move into it for 4. Inhale and exhale, take it all the way to the top, change your range of motion. Put your right foot down, pop up onto both hands like a tabletop. Right arm lifts, turn towards your right foot, inhale, open, squeeze. Exhale, slide right hand behind your left wrist, lower all the way down. Right ear, right shoulder. So you can reposition that left hand so you can push into it. Find thoracic mobility as you twist. Coming back to center, plant your palms. Right leg, sweep it up and back. 3-legged down dog. Driving the left heel down into the mat. Inhale, open. Exhale, step. Right foot forward up in between your hands. Back knee down. Okay, so sinking low into the hips, and remember there can be a difference between sides. We want to get the front of the hip here, the quadricep. As you exhale, bow in. Take your breath with you, take that intention, that purpose of your practice. Inhale, open, push from left toes. Exhale, bow down, head drops. Nice Kidim John. 1 more, everybody. Inhale here. And exhale to fold. Stay with me here, bend your right knee, step, back foot forward to the top of your mat. Okay, so most of you have taken enough classes with me that you know that here I would tell you to bend your knees typically. Actually, right now, I'd like you to take your legs as straight as you can. As straight as you can so you can feel the front of the legs engaging. Sweep your arms forward alongside your ears. So what you're doing, you guys, is you're loading your hamstrings. You're asking your hamstrings to hold you in space here. And then grab opposite arm, opposite elbow, and fold. Dragging your elbows down towards the floor, hanging in. So this is our rhythm. Arms reach forward, extend out of the hips, load your hamstrings. Exhale, grab opposite arm, opposite elbow, bow, hang, let the head go. And 3 more. Inhale, reach. I look in the direction of the fingertips like you're trying to go forward, shifting your hips over the center of your feet. Exhale, drop in, hinge from your hips. 2 more. Lift, reach from side body, side ribs extend, and fold in, bend. Okay, so they start off kind of easy, but if you're keeping your legs really straight, you should start to feel this work. And one more time. Load the legs, bellies in, connect to core as you drop down. Perfect, take your fingertips to the mat. Step your left foot back about a block's distance beyond the balls of your toes. Take your hands across your chest and see how far you can fold in over that super straight right leg only. So from your right hip, and if I was there, you guys, I would put my hand on your right hip and I would push down and I would ask you to push up into it. Now, lift up, half flat back, look forward. My left leg is my right leg is super straight. And then exhale, bow in. Can you make that right leg even straighter? Some of you lifting the kneecap. Inhale, lift the chest. Yeah, so the knee is locked, so we're loading the hamstring. 2. Inhale, press down through the ball of the foot. Can you lift the heart as high as the hips? Fold in. You know I can't count. That was 3, I think. Lift back up. Nice, pressing through the inner right heel. Bow down for 4. 1 more. Control through the core. Push through the toenails down into the toe tips as you fold. Fingertips to the mat. From here, stay in the right leg. Shift the weight forward. So come on to the tippy toes of your back left foot. And now rock it back and bow in out over your right leg. Tip it forward, right leg is straight, inhale. Exhale, rock it back, flex your right foot and bow in for 2. So you're not the only one probably that your hamstring is burning. Inhale, shift. Nice, Claire. And exhale, everybody, rock it back, explore that stretch. As you shift back to center. Plant both feet, change sides, right foot steps back, stay on the ball of the foot. So I would almost never tell you to lock your leg, right? But I want you to engage, hug the muscles onto the bones, hands to the heart center, and then bow in. So you're using your hamstring and your glutes to help lift the chest and drop in. Can you guys keep your spine straight as you inhale, lift, exhale, lower. From left hip, push through left knee into the ball of the left foot. There we go. It's 3, you guys. Stay strong through the core. Look forward. Nice flare. Good. Drop it down. 4. 1 more. Inhale, open. Exhale, fold in. Fingertips to the mat for better balance. Shift that all the way forward. Left hip over left foot. Rock it back. Flex the foot and drop in. Just 2 more. Inhale, shift your weight. Exhale, drop back. Flexing the foot, you're on the back of the left heel. And 1 more. Press forward, long spine, telescoping out of your hips. And exhale, drop back in. Shift that forward. Everybody step right foot. Hip width distance apart. Hands at your hips. Lift your eyes. Okay, maybe step it out, shake it out. Exactly, Pec, right? Like they should be a little bit warmer. Here we go. Surya Namaskar, some flow. Inhale, full stretch, arms up, reach, look up, lift up. Exhale, fold in. Uttanasana, I think you're gonna feel that tomorrow, you guys. Inhale, look forward. Meet me in plank pose. Okay? In plank pose. Walk it back into a hovering tabletop. Shins are hovering just over the floor. Left hand, right shoulder, shoulder tap. Yeah, so let's get a total body thing going here, you guys. Right hand, left shoulder. That's 2. Left hand, right shoulder, 3. Right hand, left shoulder. Hovering tabletop, your choice. Walk to chaturanga, or some of you, explosive power chaturanga. Can you land? Yes. Inhale, up dog. Walk it back. Downward facing dog. Hold for 1. So hopefully with this awareness in the hip, like the melting out of the hip joint, you can spin your inner heels slightly more open. You can turn your inner knees up and back, and then lift through the inner thighs as you hinge from the hips. Look forward. Hop, step, float, top of your sticky mat. Can you land lightly? Nice. Inhale, open. Exhale, fold. Hands to hips, elbows up, right? Until you engage, until you load the hamstrings. And then contracting the hamstrings, lift to rise. One more round. Inhale, reach. Exhale, use your breath. Fold in. Lengthen, half flat back, look forward. Meet me in a strong, stable plank. From plank, bear crawl it back into your hovering tabletop. Cinch in around the core, stay stable. Right hand, left shoulder tap. Put it down. Left hand, right shoulder. So try not to swing a lot, you guys. Try to keep the rest of the body stable as you tap, touch. Tap, touch. Look at the top of your mat. Make a choice. Either walk to chaturanga or explosive power from your legs. Hop it forward, chaturanga. Nice. Inhale, up dog. Lift hips. Down dog. You're there for the hold. 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Can you drive the tops of your thigh bones up and back? Look towards your hands. Use your lower abdominals to hop or step your feet forward, top of your mat. Excellent. Inhale to open. Exhale, fold. Hands to hips, elbows up. You guys know the drill. Load the hamstrings, lift to rise. Okay, moving on to sun bee variations. Thank you. Maybe sweatshirts off. Are we getting warm? Feet a little bit wider than hip width distance apart. Hands in front of the heart center. Bring your elbows against your inner knees. So my elbows are pressing my inner knees wide. Okay, these are speed squats. Drop your hips all the way down low and then lift them all the way back up, straighten your legs. Good, and then drop squat and lift them up. Okay, keep going. Look forward. When you drop your hips, can you lift your chest? And you try to do them as fast as you can. Maybe you can pick up the pace. Try not to let the knees drop in. And 10, 9, 8, somebody beat me, somebody go faster. Hips all the way up. And 5, 4, 3, squeeze at the top. 2, 1, plant your palms. Vinyasa, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Lift your hips. Down dog. Catch your breath. Inhale. Exhale, steps. Right foot forward up in between your hands. Pause. Lift to rise, high lunge. Totally different thing here today, you guys. Step your back foot forward to meet your front foot. You're going to be at the top of your mat. Nice, facing the left-hand side. Hands at your heart with your left leg. Lateral side lunge. Okay, so the first part of class, and we're almost done with the first part, is about strengthening the hip, and then press back up, and can you tap touch for an active tree? Land in your lateral lunge with control. From the power of your left hip, push off. Can you catch it? 2, 1 more, slow and controlled. Press off, explosive power. Land. Put your left foot high up onto your right thigh. Tree pose. Yeah, get 1 more in, Kid and John. Go ahead, squeeze that in. Tailbone curls forward, arms up. Okay, so push from the left knee into the left foot. From the hips, ground everything down and see if you can grow up a little bit taller. If this is easy, close your eyes. If it's easy, look up towards the sky. 3, 2, 1. Lateral side lunge, land. Warrior 2, top of your mat, 1 breath. Inhale there. Nice. Exhale, hands to the mat. Your choice, one-legged plank to a one-legged chaturanga. Inhale, pull forward, up dog. Lift your hips, downward facing dog. Shake your tail, you guys, pedal it out. Notice if the hips are warming up. Left foot steps forward, up in between your hands, lunge. Lift to rise, high lunge. Back foot, step it in. Okay, there we go. Top of your mat, hands at your heart. Drop it, lateral side lunge. So I try to, you guys, it's like you're pushing your butt back towards a wall, right? So it's a hinge at the hip and then press up. Can you tap and catch the active tree and then drop? Push from the hip, tap touch for 2 and 1 more. Drop and I can't catch it and then lift. Right foot, high up in the thigh, tree pose. Okay, so actually it's kind of a good idea to think from the outer knee, you're pulling back into the outer hip. The more you can engage the outside of the leg, the inner thigh will open. Close the eyes if you need to. Lift the gaze if you need to. Find a place to challenge yourself. And then side lateral lunge. Open it up. Warrior 2, top of your sticky mat. 1 breath here, inhale. Exhale, hands to the mat. Your choice. One-legged plank. Nice job, you guys. Press the floor. Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Lift your hips. Downward facing dog. Close your eyes if you need to. Put your awareness on your inner sitting bones. Right, from your inner sitting bones, widen towards your outer sitting bones. From your outer sitting bones, press out laterally. So you're really spreading through the pelvis, spreading through the back of the hips. Okay, our last really strengthening drill, you guys. Shift forward, plank pose. Take your feet slightly wider than hip width distance apart. You'll just feel more stable. Point your right toe, reach your left arm forward. Okay, so this isn't gonna be perfect, right? Your hips aren't gonna lie. They're gonna tell you, right, how much active range of motion you have. How far forward can you step that right foot? Mine only steps about to the middle of my mat. Left hand at your heart, press up, warrior 3. Keep the upper body stable. Tap, touch, left toes, and squeeze up with the power of your left glute. And tap. And here we go for 10, 9, kick it up and out. You can kind of squeeze at the top, little pause, engage. 6. How's your breath? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift the left leg as high as you can, fingertips to the mat. Inhale, pull the center of your chest forward as you look up. Fold in, standing splits. Okay, so that we add on more quadricep today, bend your left knee. Right hand reaches back. Can you grab the top of your left foot and pull the left heel in towards your left sitting bone? Yep, there you go, Blair. The more you drop your head, the more you drop your heart, your left knee will split up. Inhale. Exhale, release your hands. You guys, do any type of transition. If you want some handstand pickups, right? If you want to practice switching your legs, floating up. And then vinyasa, inhale forward. Elbows pin in, chaturanga. Loop the shoulder blades down your back, put them in your back pockets as you lift your heart. Downward facing dog. Okay, so how's that kind of flow of energy in the hips, down through the legs as you press your heels down and back. Shift forward into plank. Stabilize first. Point your left toes. As you look forward, reach your right arm forward. So I think this is kind of all about honesty. Like, where does that left foot step in? Step it forward to the middle of your mat. Maybe some of you get it at the top of your mat. Right hand to your heart. Warrior 3. Okay, and then the rest of the body is stable as you move through your right hip, up and down. And you guys, I like a little kind of pause, an extra squeeze at the top. And let's go 10, 9. Fix your eyes. That was 1 point. When your eyes are steady, your balance will be better. And last 5, 4, 3. Shoulders are up and back. Try not to collapse your heart. 2, 1. Fingertips to the mat. As the center of your chest looks forward, how high can you lift that right leg up? Nice. And then fold in. Anybody who wants it, bend your right knee. Left hand reaches back. Try to grab the top of that foot. And maybe it's chin to shin bone eventually. Yeah, Allie, chin to shin someday if you can get there. Yeah, so it's actually a mudra to connect the chin to the shin bone, folding in. 1. Inhale, you spiral that right kneecap up towards the ceiling or the sky for 2. Inhale. Exhale for 3. Look forward. Plant your palms. Either choose to vinyasa, or if you want, the handstand scissor kicks, right? You can practice switching your legs. Yeah, and then Blair, work the legs as straight as you can, right? As straight as you can as you switch. Okay, knees to the mat. Pulse it back. Child's pose. Okay, so that was almost exactly 35 minutes, you guys. The rest of class now is gonna be this, like, you should be warm, hips should kind of be melted. We should be able to work this hip mobility stuff. Catch your breath. Okay. Hands at the top of your mat. Downward facing dog. Right foot steps outside edge of right hand into a lizard lunge. You're gonna have 2 options. Either you're gonna airplane your arms out to the side. I'm gonna turn so you can see right shoulder behind the right knee floating, or if that's too much, you put your fingertips down, right, for balance. Back leg is lifted, right shoulder is pressing the right knee forward, and little pulses up and down through your hips. I think of my right hip crease, right, like an orange. You're trying to squeeze in there, look forward. Is the weight going to the pinky edge side of your right foot? Can you keep it on the inside edge? And you have 10 and pulse, 9, 8. So instead of pulsing with your chest and your shoulders, pulse with your hips. Yasmin, can you put your right shoulder underneath your right knee? So thread under, there we go. Yeah, that's gonna take you deeper into your hips. Hands, inside edge of right foot. If you're ready, come down onto your elbows. Okay, so at any point you could put that back knee down, right? Keeping it lifted, look forward. Stretch your right fingertips forward. Reach right fingertips away from right hip. Pull it back in, 1. Left fingertips reach forward away from left hip. Pull it back in, 2. 1 more full round, look in the direction. Right hand reaches like you're trying to take something off the top of your sticky mat, sink in lower. Pull it back. And left fingertips forward. Sink lower into the hips, think hip mobility. Bring it back, lizard pose, hold. 1. Yes, I am dying, you guys. It's burning right now, so peel into some of those layers for 2. Pull your inner upper thigh bones apart. Can any of you move your left foot back deeper? 3. Drive your right shin bone forward. 4. Inhale. Exhale for 5. Walk up onto your hands. Take a deep breath. Right? And so that's why you can kind of feel we hold the breath in these. Your hips are like the storehouse of your emotions. Okay, so I'm not messing up. We're going to repeat right side, right shin bone, parallel across the top of your mat. Setting up, so you'll see my hips are up, you guys. It's not like a full pigeon. My hips are up. Put your back left knee down. Okay, so hips are suspended in space. Hands across your heart. Pulse in. How low can you go? Squeeze it back up. Push down into your right knee. Pulse down and in. Feel your right hip come forward as you squeeze back up. One more. Lower and lift. Fingertips down to the mat. Can you draw your left leg back now deeper? Fold in. Pigeon pose. Okay, so we're staying with one hip for a purpose, right? It's kind of like chipping in, like chipping off through a block of ice. See if you can kind of carve your way into that tightness. Center of your left thigh, it's rolling down. So we tend to avoid the sensations, the things that we don't like. We tend to move where we're already flexible. Put the work into the outer hip where you feel the sensation. Inhale. Exhale. Hands walk underneath your shoulders. Press back. Down dog. So wiggle the hips. Probably most of you need to take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth to kind of let go of some of that pressure that's building up. Right foot steps forward up in between your hands, lunge. So it's your right foot, saw, put your back left knee down. Straighten your front right leg, flexing the foot. Hands at the heart center. Instead of moving your spine, you guys, that's what I'm saying, you're already flexible in your spine. Move from your hips. Stretch long and forward. So some of you really know this as like active range of motion. Press your namaste hands together strongly. Lift back up. Inhale. From the hips, hinge. Look forward to go forward. Try not to round your spine. Come on back up. Inhale. Firm from outer hips. Frontal hip points. Move forward. Bow in. Okay, fingertips to the mat. Bend your right knee until you can bring the entire ball of your right foot down onto the mat. So it's different. There's a slight bend in the knee. The ball of my foot is down. Tuck your left toes. Lift your back left knee. Okay. Left knee down. Yep. Wiggle it back. Left knee up. Squeeze your left butt cheek, you guys. Engage. Put your left knee down. Wiggle your toes back. Wiggle your knees back. Lift your left knee back up. Again. Hopefully, I think some of you guys are getting the picture. Drop your left knee down and back. Can you slide it back further towards the back of your mat? Keep the ball of your right foot on the mat. Straighten your back left leg. Toes work back. Lower your back right knee. When you're ready, flex your right foot. Hanumanasana. Yogi's choice, either chest up or forward fold. Good. Anybody who wants more? Left elbow outside edge of right shin. Press your namaste hands together and move into the twist. Anybody who wants less, you just pick up your hips and you back out. One. Inhale. Exhale, two. Slow it down. Perfect, you guys. Look forward. Okay, so when I come out of this pose, I push down, go into the core to scissor the legs together, right? You're lifting the leg back, trying not to drag your mat. Yep. Lift your right leg, see how it feels, like check its heaviness. Does it feel right? And then put your right leg down and observe that against your left leg. Is there any difference? Here we go. Left foot steps, outside edge of left hand. So you guys know you're in this leg for about 5 minutes. Left shoulder behind the back of your left knee. There you go, Yasmin, yep. And then anybody who wants, the fingertips can be down, or you can take your hands up. Left femur bone is hugging into the joint, look forward, and pulsing from the hips. On the last side, you guys, I look like you guys are like moving your head and your chest a lot. I want you to pulse up and down, and let's go. Stay on the inner edge of your left foot for 10, it can be small, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, wiggle that right foot back. Pulse 1, hands on the inside edge of your left foot. Re-engage through the back leg, lower down onto your elbows, lizard lunge. So at any point, you guys, you can put your back right knee down if you need to. Dragging your elbows back and your heart forward. Left fingertips crawl off the top of your mat. I'm trying to see how far I can get them from my left hip crease. Pull it back in, inhale. Right fingertips stretch forward. Right elbow in, try not to let the hips drop. Left fingertips forward, look in the direction as you reach. Nice, Ali, bring it back, inhale. And last time, right fingertips stretch away from your right foot, drive backwards through your right heel. Come back onto your elbows, 5. Calm, where are you gripping? Where are you kind of trying to distract yourself? Stay there. 2, 1, hands walk underneath your shoulders. Downward facing dog. Shake the hips. Let it flow, deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. I think most of you should feel this tomorrow when you wake up in your hips, right? And left shin parallel across the top of your mat. So this is kind of called pigeon prep, you guys. Back right knee down, lift the chest. Okay. Press down from your left inner knee to your left outer knee, hands at your heart. Cross your arms, bow in. So you're gonna feel that loading of your left hip and lift back up. Challenge yourself, maybe pause for a moment at the bottom, right? Instead of just using momentum, we come down for 3, long spine, lift it back up, fingertips to the mat, walk your right foot back, right? How close can you get your left hip down towards the floor? Inhale, open. Exhale, bow in, pigeon pose. Sometimes I think to turn my right kneecap a little bit to the left, the center of my right thigh a little bit to the left, try to turn in to the sensation. So you're probably not the only one if you feel like crying or you're getting angry, right? We store all of our experiences, all of our emotions here. And so it's better to kind of get them out and leave it here on your sticky mat. Right leg back, chest pulls forward, telescope through the spine. Inhale. Exhale. Hands underneath your shoulders. Press back. Downward facing dog. Shake the tail. Wiggle the hips. Deep breath in. Leave it here. Exhale out through the mouth. Let it go. Let it flow, right? So the second chakra is all about having like flow and ease. Left foot steps forward, up in between your hands, lunge. So back right knee down, pull the hips back, flex the foot. Oh, I'm shaking, you guys, right? Feeling a little unstable in the hips. Hands in front of the heart. From the tip of the tailbone to the crown of the head, stay as straight as you can. And then bow. How much can you press the back of your left heel down into the mat? And lift back up. Inhale. Good. Look forward to go forward. Pulling your right. So you pull from the left foot up and back through the left sitting bone as you bow. Nice control, everyone. Take it back up. Inhale. There is a balancing element. Exhale. Fold. Fingertips to the mat. Bend your left knee until your left foot plants. Okay? Pick up your right knee. Wiggle it back. Put your right knee down. Pause. Squeeze from your right glute to help pick up your right knee. Wiggle it back deeper. So we always want to connect into the back body first. Back knee down, squeeze glutes. Maybe your fingertips are walking back. I'm almost going to be off my mat as I wiggle my right foot all the way back. Center of your right kneecap down. When you're ready, flex your left foot. It should be in a pretty good place for Hanumanasana. Inhale to open. Exhale, fold. Those of you who want the twist, right elbow outside edge of left shin. Right, if it's too much, bring it up. So most of you have learned that the tricep is what straightens your arm, right? Which extends the elbow. Your quadricep is what extends the back of the knee. So the more power you can get through your quadricep, the straighter that front leg will get. That's why we try to squeeze and deepen all the way up into the hip crease. Plant your fingers. Try not to drag that left leg from your core. Pull it up and back. Inhale. Exhale, shake the head, shake the shoulders. Vinyasa, flow through. Inhale, plank. Exhale, elbows in. Inhale, please pull forward, up dog. Lift your hips. Downward facing dog. Hands walk back towards your feet, back of your mat. And lift to rise. Okay, so last set, you guys, and I'm gonna turn to face you. So whatever is easiest on your mat. So if you wanna turn to the left, turn to the right so that you're facing me. Bend your knees, drop your hips, Malasana. Okay, you're gonna cross hands at your shoulders. So you've got your elbow points. Okay, we're gonna focus on elbow points. Can you get your elbow points to touch the floor, right? So they tap and come back up. So little pulses, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Keep it small, Kid and John. Stay low in the hips and just pulse. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay low. Right elbow, right foot. Right elbow, right foot. Left elbow, left foot. Swing it over. Right elbow, right foot. And left for 4, 5, 6. Keep spreading your knees open. Weight is in the heels. 7. Maybe slow it down. 8. Let your upper body drop on the inside of your inner thighs. And then come back to center. Hands to the mat. Right leg extends out. Skandasana. So right leg is fully extended. Left toes are turning open. Turn your right toes up towards the ceiling. Drop your hips. Reach the fingertips forward. Bow the head. Okay, so we're at the end of class here, you guys. If there's anything left in the hips, you kind of use your breath, you shine a light of awareness, right? Wherever it still kind of feels dark. Pressing your hips down and back. And then please shift forward onto your left shin bone. Okay, so left knee is down. Turn your left toes out, half frog. Okay, so left leg is in half frog, right leg slides open. If this doesn't get your hips more mobile, you guys, I don't know what will. Press your palms together. Cat, cows. Inhale, open the chest. Look up, spread your sitting bones. Exhale, cat. Look towards your navel. 1. Inhale, open, cow pose, lift the gaze. Can you sink in lower? Exhale, cat pose, turn the tailbone forward. Last one, drop the belly, lift the chest. Inhale, nice cow pose. Exhale, round for cats. Plant your hands back underneath your shoulders. Step it in. Malasana. Rock it out. Hands at your shoulders. I want your whole upper body, you guys, your torso, your rib cage. I want you to see how low you can drop it down. I always think like a cricket or something, right? Like a grasshopper with its knees up over its torso and then drop in pulse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Left elbow, left foot. Right elbow, right foot. Swing. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Weight is still in your heels. Slow it down as you twist. 9, 10. Hands to the mat. Left leg extends. Set up. Skandasana. So always toes in line with your right knee. Left toes turn up towards the ceiling. Drop the hips. Reach forward. Bow the head. Close your eyes. So let the weight of the body, let the weight of gravity get you deeper into that connective tissue. Maybe the lower your sitting bones go, the more you can reach forward. Inhale. Exhale, shift the weight. Come onto your right shin bone. Right toes turn out. Keep spreading your knees open. Half frog, half front straddle, down onto your elbows. Okay, so eventually, right, we want the pubic bone to get closer and closer to the floor. Press the palms. Cat cows, inhale. So if you're just moving your chest, you guys, it's not quite the same work. You've got to rotate through your hips, sitting bones up. Exhale, turn the tailbone down, vacuum up through your lower abdominals like a cat pose, nice. Inhale, pull forward. Exhale, round. Little abdominal engagement, one more. Inhale, open, drop the belly, pubic bone pulls back. And tuck the tailbone. Press back up onto your hands. Straighten both legs. Final pose. Let's see if we're there. Sama Konasana. Sama means balance. Sama means equal. Spread your legs out. All right, can you drop down onto your elbows? Think that you're stretching your mat wider open with your feet. Some of you can get the inner edges of the feet down onto the mat. Some of you can get the pubic bone down for 3, 2, 1. Heel toe your way back out. Oh, I think we're done. I think we're cooked. Turn to the top of your mat. And come all the way down. Okay, feet wide. Feet wide, you guys, and it should feel good to let your knees just fall against one another, right? So that you don't have to hold them up. So my feet are as wide as my mat. My inner knees are touching. And so I'm gonna leave this as yogi's choice. Do you want to finish with a twist, knees over to the right, just balancing out the upper body? Or would you like to end in Urdhva Dhanurasana, in a wheel pose, to stretch out the fronts of your legs? So I'll do wheel, take a twist if you want it. Hands alongside your ears, from your knees, press into the heels, bum up first, lift all the way up, Urdhva Dhanurasana. Yeah. So for those of you in Urdhva, use your tailbone, right? Like the rudder on a boat to give your hips some direction. And then from your upper back, press the floor and feel the top of the pelvis open. Pulse. 3, don't be static, move into it, find some flow. 2. And 1, chin to chest. Lower slow. Open your arms, open your legs. Shavasana. Okay, close your eyes. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Again, in through the nose. And when you breathe out through the mouth, you let out some heat, you let out some pressure. One more time. Exhale. And so obviously I don't know, right? But I personally have a pulsation going through my body right now, like that ebb in that flow. That feeling that the hips will really kind of tune us in to where we are in the moment. Emotionally, physically. 1 minute in silence, in stillness. So just like water, right? We can feel stuck in our lives. We can feel stuck emotionally. We can feel stuck in circumstances or experiences, or stuck in our habits. And so doing an active practice of getting things moving, right, should help us kind of clear out and make something space for something new. As you're ready, arms extend up overhead. Lengthen there. And then bending your knees, please. Roll to your right. And press up to find seated. And check in, right? Do they feel any looser, any more fluid, right? I sometimes feel like they are a block of ice. And then hands in front of your heart center. Taking your thumbs to your third eye to bow forward and seal your practice. Jai Siddhatma. So long. Oh, walking to the computer looks shaky. Is it only me? Do we?
Oh, this was so
okay,
good.
Yasmin? Be okay? You needed it? Good. All right, yeah, like I still don't fully have my breath back, right? Like there's this catching of emotion that we hold on to there. And you feel it when someone says something you don't like, you catch it, and then we cram it down into our bodies. And so it's kind of totally normal that maybe throughout the next hour or so, you might yawn a lot. You might feel like you have to take a few deep breaths and just kind of clear that out. So thanks, guys. I'll try to be mindful for tomorrow's basics class that we might have tender hips. Okay. So thank you. Glad you were able to join, guys. Bye, Ali. Bye, Kid and John. Take care. Bye.